So riding a 890 for the very first time, it's as tall as a 390 only, and I'm able to comfortably manage it even on one leg. I'm on tiptoe on one leg, and I can still reach the rear brake. Unlike the KTM 350 EXCF, where if I was tiptoeing on one leg, I couldn't reach the rear brake pedal. Whereas with this, I'm able to do that, and I can easily switch from this side to that side, which is a lot more harder on the 350 EXCF. With the 890R, I feel a lot more comfortable switching from one side to the other, and the weight distribution is super low down, so I'm comfortable holding the bike up without using my upper body strength to hold the bike in place. So I can switch to the other side and I can hold the bike. There's a good sense of balance. The bike looks intimidating, the bike looks like a big bike, but it doesn't feel as intimidating and scary as a big bike. So I can easily switch. If I'm in a parking lot, I can move the bike forward, backward comfortably on one leg. If I'm in a traffic signal and I come to a stop, I can feel comfortable knowing that the bike is well balanced and will hold its own. All it needs is a little nudge and a few subtle inputs from my side to keep it upright. So the bike is comfortable to ride. I did a bunch of slow speed drills. I'm just going to do a few more slow speed drills so you can see how comfortable it is for me. And let's see how that rides out. Woo! That's a tight turning radius, and even though I almost fell, it wasn't as scary. And now that I got my balance a little bit better, I'm able to manage. I can turn around with a sharper turning radius. This is in rally mode, so the throttle and clutch control will have to be a lot more finer from my side, and the balance is on point. The bike is comfortable to ride, though the braking, even in these kind of conditions, I'm able to maintain a relative level of comfort at slow speeds. The bike doesn't feel threatening. If I were to do really slow speed trails, I think I would still be able to manage this comfortably. So if you're thinking of doing single track, you're thinking of doing challenging trails, uneven surfaces, awkward angles, weird obstacles, I'd say it's still as doable as if you had a 390 and are looking to upgrade. So am I looking to upgrade? Yes, I'm definitely looking to upgrade. I want a parallel twin so that I can have more fun on road. But at the same time, I don't want to sacrifice the off-road level of comfort that comes with a light bike like the 390. That said, the 390 has a 19-inch wheel, which could make it challenging. The new 390 has a 21-inch wheel. So why would I go for a 890 instead of a 390, the new ADV? Well, for the highway comfort, no doubt, the high speed riding, no doubt, and also for the level of ease that would feel like a small bike without actually being a small bike. So if you feel like you want to level up and play in the big leagues, you might want to get your hands on an 890 because it will still feel like a small bike. Whee! How's that? See what I mean? Even if you kind of lose it at slow speeds as well, you still able to bring it back, and that level of comfort is why I would recommend a 890. And this is an Adventure R, which means it's a rally edition, it's a rally version. It's got a whole bunch of more electronics and suspension, travel and higher grade components, which would make you confident that even when things are going south and you're at the edge of your comfort level, the bike will kind of cut in and help you make it out of a tight spot. In this case, I'm actually riding with a rally mode on, which means I'm actually reducing the level of intervention that this bike can give me in order to save my ass. So I'm actually on the edge without the level of safety that the bike's electronics can give me. But the beauty of the rally mode again is I get to control the level of intervention that this bike can do when it comes to saving my ass. If I want to play more on the edge, I can reduce the intervention. If I want the bike to kind of help me more because of more challenging terrain or because of lower skills on my behalf, I can then get the slide control and electronic intervention to a minimum. So if you're thinking of getting a big bike but you still want the small bike feels, I'd say get this bike. And even to pick it up off the ground, when you do drop it, it's a lot more comfortable because the weight is down low. It's kind of like a GS where the cylinder heads don't allow the bike to sleep completely parallel to the ground. In this case, it's the fuel tanks which maintain the weight down low and also prevent the bike from sleeping completely parallel to the ground. And if you look at what's available to you in the market, there are a bunch of bikes which are big and powerful adventure bikes, but there are probably just two bikes which are big, powerful, excellent adventure bikes, while also offering you top grade suspension to give you a MX bike kind of experience off-road, and yet having a safety net in terms of the high-end electronics that would save your ass if you're in over your head and if you don't have the skills to do what it takes. And in my eyes right now, I see the Desert X Rally and this KTM 890 Adventure R as the only two options that would satisfy those requirements. And yeah, so this is my, should I call it a review? I don't know, man. I'm just here fucking around to find out if this is the bike I want to own. What do you think? Woo, 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 woo. Right on. So yo, that's my friend Adarsh behind the camera. Thank you for your patience, buddy. Yeah. Yeah. Whew. Can't stop this. What better way to end the review than putting the bike to sleep? Sweet dreams, buddy.